MRI provides high-contrast imaging for soft tissue, forming high-resolution 3D surgical roadmaps for preoperative planning. During laser ablation, MRI can visualize the physiological changes of the tissue caused by laser cutting or ablation. Pairing anatomical and thermal imaging, MRI provides accurate intraoperative monitoring of ablation depth, as well as the extent of thermal diffusion. In this work, we present a magnetic resonance safe robot for transoral laser ablation. The robot consists of non-metallic components, allowing for unhindered imaging under MRI. The dexterous and compact manipulator is 3D printed and fluid-driven. Rolling diaphragm sealing enables hydraulic actuation with low friction and hysteresis. The active bending section is designed for coarse robot navigation within a range of plus or minus 60 degrees. The laser manipulator provides pan and tilt motions to the laser collimator within a range of plus or minus 26 degrees. An outer shell protects the laser manipulator from external disturbances. The laser manipulator enables repeatable and accurate steering of the laser beam. A green laser collimator converges a parallel beam with high power density, allowing mid-range laser projection for tissue ablation. The laser manipulator can project within a 15 x 15 mm squared scanning area at a distance of 15 mm. Here we demonstrate a laser spot path following test in a confined area. The robot tip orientation was acquired by an electromagnetic tracking system. The inverse kinematics was trained by a neural network. The complex trajectory was chosen to verify the trained model. Open loop control demonstrated a mean tracking error of 0.178 mm, whereas closed loop control reduced the mean tracking error to 0.060 mm. Here we demonstrate the closed loop control based on visual servoing of the green laser spot. The green laser was coupled to the ablation laser fiber to provide visual guidance. In this test, the adjustable ablation laser was not enabled. In this next demonstration, the area within a prescribed boundary is filled with a zigzag pattern. This test also utilized visual servoing control of the visible laser spot. Here we show the setup of the cadaveric trial performed inside a 3T MRI scanner. The cadaveric head was fixed inside an acrylic tube with the dental guard fitted in the mouth. The robot was anchored on the dental guard with a fiber scope and illumination fiber inserted. The robotic system and cadaver head was then moved to the MRI scanner's ISO center. A trajectory was sketched in situ by the operator on the fiberscope camera view. Visual servoing of the visible laser spot was applied. Accurate laser spot steering was achieved with a mean tracking error of less than 3 pixels or approximately 0.2 mm. Laser ablation was performed for 3 minutes with a power of 3 watts.
Jason, so when we think about the motivation of this work, I guess that has been already 5 years ago, 2016. I still remember TC Ng, he's one of the co-authors, described a lot of side effects of the radiotherapy to us, for example, dry mouth, fibrotics, also the difficulties in swallowing. So that is a kind of motivation to think about some focal energy. He also mentioned some laser to destroy or eliminate the cancer cell in the nasal cavity, laryngeal cavities. So I guess that was the story, how we carry out this line of study.
Yeah, I also remember he also was thinking about something that was fully autonomous as well. Was one of his descriptions, I think 5 years ago, when we first started on this project. And I guess my role of getting involved was as part of a head and neck surgeon, working with all these patients with these side effects of toxicities of radiotherapy. Then we started chatting and moved forward with this particular project and this novel idea of actually operating with real-time image guidance. I think that's where it all started.
That's why MRI is
Yes.
one of the candidates here. Why we try to make a robot very compact in size that could be stabilized inside the oral cavities area, and then also try to provide a safer, less invasive, more accurate ablation, laser ablations inside the laryngeal cavities, also around the vocal muscle area, so as to avoid any excessive damage to the critical nerves or tissue. So that's why we expect the robot could be outperformed than the conventional procedure, even by combining the guidance information from the MRI.
So who might disagree with us using this particular platform or robotic system for surgical procedures in the head and neck region? I think clinicians would be the most likely culprits. Given we burn away tissue with the laser in this particular robot, rather than remove it as one whole piece, which is the usual practice for a surgical resection. What we're doing is more similar to radiotherapy, where we burn everything with the robot. So clinicians probably would be the most likely to disagree, rather than engineers. So what excites me most about this work is the close collaboration between clinicians and engineers with this paper. And actually developing a robotic platform that can be used under real-time image guidance, which is a very, very novel operative procedure to use in an MRI suite. And we hope that in the future we can merge robotic platforms with image guidance and develop further surgical procedures for more precision-based surgery and reduce the harm to patients while also being cost-effective. And that's our goal with this particular work.
So over the last 5 years, I guess we have overcome major technical issues. For example, making the robot that could be totally MRI safe, compatible with the strong magnetic environments, for example, 1.5 to 3 Tesla. And the next step that will be putting more effort on it, that will be further miniaturize the robot into smaller scale, and so as to having the robot to be accessible to some surgical sites, for example, nasal cavities or sinus cavities. And then another major work we could do is to design some specific image sequence so as to having the image feedback to the robot in a faster way.